All right, folks, welcome to the long-awaited trade recap. The trade that we took on the stream today. We took a Euro Z long. It yielded in a loss, but GU overall was going to perform. And this is the side effect of trading one pair. If you trade one pair, the other pair sometimes could be better than this pair. So what I mean by that is the quality pair could be better than the pair you're trading. So that pair sometimes could give a good setup, go up, but your setup could just go down, stop you out, which is what happened today. And it's a beautiful loss, no psychology problem, just a quick good loss. And this trade, I didn't make no mistakes, but my entry should have definitely been different. It should have been this failure swing SMT long on the Toto Soup. As you guys know, for a Toto Soup, it would be like this, right? For a failure swing, usually the failure swing is the good price point to get in an entry, because if you really can't tell if this Toto Soup will hold. The only way you can tell it if it's gonna hold is by SMT or a failure swing, which is basically SMT, because one pair is gonna take out the high while the other pair does not. And when our pair does take it, we can't do anything about it. We just gotta wait for the confirmation. But the failure swing is the highest probability without the confirmation of the number one, right? Without having the 1-1 confirmation here. So what I mean by this, so let's just say market makes a CRT low. Market goes down there and pairs out the CRT low. Let me go get a graphical representation of that with a path, right? So let's just say we have a legit low right over here, which is a CRT low. Market first, coming in with the right time. Let's say this. You see how the market prices out multiple times here, because when it prices out these candles, they are not between 6 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. So these lows we don't really give a shit about. So market prices out this low. Let's just say it's bad time. Market eventually the right time clicks in. Market prices out this low once again. Like you can see, this is the main part here. So market prices out this low. This so we don't really care about it, because usually people would long this. They would call this as a failure swing on the other pair, but just keep in mind this low right over here does not press out the right time. You press out the right time, and you have a failure swing right over here without the confirmation, we just long that shit up. But in this case, this seller dug out the low. Just same example as this, that not pressing at the right time. So this is the right time clocked in. Press the right time. Eventually, market goes up, chills around here, gives you that failure swing SMT. Then market eventually goes up for a couple pips. Eventually, this could go fill back, but guess what? Since you're going for a fixed RR, this would have yielded in a win. And this is a CRT low. Obviously, the low always has to be the CRT low / range low. It cannot be nothing else. And as well as this is right over here is a fake market structure shift to the downside / breaker right down here. It's not like an obvious breaker here, but this is definitely a breakout structure to the downside / because usually people they look for a breakout structure all down here as well, because they look for a breakout structure during a Pacific kill zone. So that's how some people are in the lower time frame, especially. Now you can see we have a low. This is a CRT low. Market pushes it out, but not at the right time. So market goes over here and makes a super one more time, which is in the right time. And eventually market gives a failure swing. You can long it up, which just literally happened today. I literally just was looking back in 2023, I was just back testing 2023. I was like, okay, I not gonna lie to you guys, I constantly see good move happen after failure swing. Even with that, because failure swings are basically Toto Soups, right? SMTs or Toto Soups. Because one actually takes out the liquidity while the other one does not. I seen this shit happen multiple times. I was like, man, there's gotta be some sort of concept here. And eventually I just checked out Twitter. I checked out ICTs in 2020, possibly 2023. He talked about the 22-2 model, as well as the ICT Toto Soup model, as well as Romeo as well. I checked it out. I was like, wow, okay. It says a failure swing is one of the best ways to catch a Toto Soup, because I could literally show you guys a photo right now. This was from a Romeo. Right, I don't know. I'm gonna try to promote somebody else's channel here, right? But he's a mentor of our mentors, so he's a mentor of us. So overall, we go best out of him, right? Because I'm not the concept creator. They're the one who created the concept. They didn't even create the concept. Also already here. It's just, you know, they're masters at it, if I say so myself. Now, just like this, you know, so right over here it says every total soup is accompanied by a failure swing to scare off dumb money who are lucky enough to buy that total soup. Just like this. This is a quick photo. All right, now let me view this next slideshow. Right over here, dumb money got scared here, sold again. Smart money realized the shift in the sentiment and bought more / double down. So they bought more / double down on the failed swing. So usually catching this one is going to be hard. So you want to catch this one, and this one gives you a preferred good stop loss, which is basically this, you know, this low right over here, which is the dominant low. And you can see market give us that entry. So if we're to take that trade, you know, people wondering, well, here this failed swing, where is going to be execution? Our execution usually always going to be the wick. You see this wick right over here? It's usually our execution, because resistance blocks are a total soup. As you guys know, they're imbalances in the higher time frame, lower time frame, they are total soups, right? So this rejection block overall, because usually when it makes a failure swing, it's going to be on the wick of this candle. So when it turns in the wick of this candle, we could take the rejection block. If the market is down here, we could take the, you know, we could just put our stop, we could just put our entry somewhere over here where the market is not reached yet, and put our entry there, because you know, you don't want to miscalculate your entry, because market constantly moves. So you can put our entry somewhere above this body here, go for a 5 RR because it's total soup, and put stop loss right over here, and eventually go on forward from there, right? Because if we put our entry here, you know, we're just making less here, so we could put our entry where it favors us more. But heuristically on the you know, on the baseline, your entry is going to usually be on the rejection block, because you wouldn't know. Okay, so you have to go schedule a 1 minute time frame and look for 1 minute entries here. But if you go to the 1 minute time frame and you're looking for a 1 minute entry on this trade here, you would get stopped out quick, because you can see market went down lower. So the best way to go with this is simply by having the SMT. We're gonna get the SMT. Let's just say the market's around right over here. Let's just say that we took this SMT right over here. Let's say the market's around here. We'll put our entry somewhere over here where the market has not reached yet, so we can do our right calculation, enter the trade automatically, put our stop loss right over here. Says if it goes down, if it does go down, we're losing less. But if it goes up, we're making more, and we're having the right calculation of our trade. But realistically, your entry is going to be right over here, like in a baseline. But the only time you are not going to enter here is if the market is already on the wick and deep in the wick. Then we could put our entry somewhere around here, whatever it is, just to give us, you know, where the market has not reached yet, and where the market could favor us, and we can enter that trade over there and long that shit up, right? But trade was, and our execution was, you can see our stop loss was right in the resistance block, which got stopped out. There was an execution, nothing was wrong with the execution. Market did do a plus move to the upside. The execution was nothing wrong with the execution where we're entered, but our actual execution would have been right on this failure swing. So this is my new way of entering a trade. So the only way I can enter a total soup without having the mod 1 confirmation, usually when my total soup, as you guys know, I entered resistance block before. Resistance blocks are basically total soups, and the resistance block has a mod 1 confirmation beforehand, right? So in this case, the model 1 is not there. The model 1 confirmation is not there. So, but the only way we could fade that is by having a failure swing. So one pair has to take the soup, while the other pair does not take the soup. So this one makes a failure swing, while GU goes slower and makes a new low. So like that will, you know, make us bypass the having the confirmation. This is gonna be my new type of entry model, where it's gonna be a failure swing with following every other rule. So you must have the CRT low must have a legit low. We must have the right time to purge, etc., right? You must have the right bias. If you don't have the right bias, market can give you so many sets, you're gonna lose that left and right. So there's nothing wrong with this setup. It's a beautiful setup, because this setup overall did work. If you're going for a fixed RR here, let's just say we enter right over here, you are still making a 5 RR. Right? Still making 5 RR just to take profit. And as you guys know, we don't put a limit order on our take profit, because we usually put a limit order, they'll fuck up your position. I usually put my take profit, put my stop loss only, and put my take profit, and that's it. I usually do put my stop loss first because, you know, so if it does go down, it could stop me out earlier without, you know, me losing more money. Because if I stay here, have a losing position, and I don't put, usually, if you guys know that Wyckoff said, you know, WD Gann said to never put a limit order, never to put a TP limit order, never to put a stop loss limit order. Always put market price, because that will, if the market goes up, you take profit. The market's right over here. This will, the brokers are gonna make you hit a take profit without the market being there first. So shit like that. If you're just stop loss here, market make you hit your stop loss first without the market actually being there. It's shit like that, right? But because sometimes for the stop loss, I'm gonna put the limit order, but for the take profit, I'm not. So I'm just gonna see where the market is at and just, you know, profit out of there right when I hit my take profit. But you can see, if you were to just take a resistance block right over here, a fairly swing resistance block entry, you could have just, you know, you still had a 5RR, but realistically, whatever I entered there, probably had my entry somewhere over here where I already had a 5RR percentage gain. So my take profit would have already been met with a fixed 5RR. As you guys know, for a total soup, I go for a fixed 5RR for a threshold, a fixed 4RR for a Model 1 itself, 3RR, but our entry overall, everything is fine, no psychology problems, nothing. It's just a probability game, but our setups would have been already this candle because of the failure swing. This is a form of a total soup, which you have a range low gas soup. Eventually, you get the purge at the right time, market purge at the right time. Eventually, you have a failure swing here with GU with correlated pair. You see GU did purge out this liquidity at the right time. This one purged out the low while this one didn't. So we have a failure swing there. Have the failure swing. You could just put a limit, or you could put entry. You could put an entry here. Just go for a fixed 5RR. Put stop loss here. And for this one, for the failure swing, your stop loss is actually, you have a protected stop loss, because if you're entering on this, as I said before, if you're entering on this total by itself, before the failure swing, you have a unknown stop loss. So your stop loss is kind of, you know, difficult to know where is it at. But with the failure swing, you know where your stop loss is at, which is just a total soup low. That low right over there that had the total soup, and you're going for a 5RR. So yeah, this is my new type of entry without the Model 1 confirmation. I've seen this happen before. Let me see if I could give it a confirmation here, because I went back on the chart here. Let me see if I can give you guys a quick confirmation. There's never SMT here. There was no SMTs. This would have been a good example, right? Right over here, this candle. If you go back in the chart, 4-hour time frame. This is there is no. I think there should have definitely been an SMT there, right? 4-hour time frame. (1 a.m., 1 a.m., 5 a.m. Okay, so there was definitely SMT here, and there's SMT. Let me go to this candle. You see, this is the, oh no, this candle with the, if you play a little bit, this candle right over here. So your range overall, this candle, but as a total soup way, since you're already long here, you're looking for a long here, right? So your first low is gonna be here. This is the total soup that puts it out at the right time for between the lunch and the kill zone, which is from 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. Eventually, you get the right time of the kill zone. You get the SMT. So now here's you got a failure swing. So you just long out the failure swing, get the right amount of RR. You could personally do all over here, but you know, since you're no wick, you want to put it somewhere around here. So you get that right entry, enter there, and your safe stop loss is gonna be right on this low, and you long that shit up with a 5RR. It could be over here. Just say market's all down here. You get SMT. You gotta put a fucking 5RR right over here. Stop loss here. 5RR gets met, and you're done. Right. So another example, you can see super this low, which is the range low, range high. Probably wondering, well, this is the 4 a.m. range low. There's a 4 a.m. range high. like that. The concept is still the same here because this is overall the range high, range low. Because bearish candle, range high, range low. This is the 4-hour whole candle, but this is overall the concept of it. Like a quick glimpse of the concept. You can see we got a range low gets soup, and eventually we get the soup at the right time as well. We have a failure swing. You long the failure swing and put your stop loss right on that low on the total soup, and you long it up. I've seen this happen multiple times, you know, just through me looking at the market, looking at the price action details here. I was like, I'm constantly seeing this shit happen here. Even over here, I'm pretty sure should have been one, right? Do we had some sort of a SMT here? Pretty sure. No, we don't have no SMT with. We had SMT with G. We had no SMT here. All right. But this case, like the same concept here, we got a range high, which is this this is overall range high right over here. Range high, but if the range high doesn't have legit high, so we make a legit high here. Now we want to get this burst out. Eventually, you want to get a failure swing or a soup. In this case, both of them souped it out. All pairs souped it out, so you want to have a determined stop loss, but you could literally risk it on this as well. Shut that shit down, right? It's literally the recent market. Now, if you go back in the data here, back chart data, did any of them happen on these specific trades here on this total soup? On this total soup right over here happened, but I'm pretty sure on that day was there any fucking this one over here would have not been an example of it because this would have been the threshold total soup entry, not threshold entry, registration block total soup entry, right? So you tapped it and went lower. Registration block total soup entry, and on this one same as well, registration block total soup entry. In this case, there was no failure swing here. They're pretty sure this one right over here there was a failure swing. It should have definitely been a failure swing here. If we go back, play it up. Wow. Okay. Interesting. So no failure swing, but this one over here, overall, you already have your mono confirmation. You could just straight away just take the registration block total soup entry because registration blocks are imbalances. They are low time frame total soup, higher time frame imbalance. I can see this happened here. This is different variation of the. This is not a failure swing, but different variation of the total soup down. This one has the model one confirmation, while the other one has a failure swing. I may even like literally change my whole way of trading. I might just enter based on total soups, basically by having failure swings or having a entry with the total soup. This gives me two type of way of entering. They both go for a 5RR each. This one went for 5RR, 5RR. All these examples went for a 5RR here, 5RR over here, and this one for a 5RR. They had anything else? This one went for a 5RR. This one is not a, this one would have not been the example, the actual example I can give you guys, because that one did not do the failure swing. It souped it out. All the pairs souped it out. That one would be a little riskier for you guys to enter the trade on because you wouldn't know your predetermined stop loss. You just know your predetermined take profit, no stop losses. So that's gonna be risky. It's not that risky. That is actually risky, but because you're fucking young, so I need to lose a lot of money here. Most of us are young. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Most of our people are over here. They're usually between what 20, 21 and 28 and 34. We are young, so we're gonna risk. If you're above 30, it's risky for you, buddy. It's risky for you, okay? So we got a range high, got purged. Now with the range, range high gets purged. In this case, there was no failure swing here. There should have definitely been a failure swing. I'm pretty sure there was here. Wow, what the fuck? Okay, unfortunately, no failure swing here. Okay, but you guys get the concept here, right? But that is this is a beautiful type of entry. Our actual entry should have been the failure swing along, and just by having the right calculation. If you go to the 1 minute time frame, you wouldn't actually know what's your actual entry here. I don't know. You don't know what to enter from. You enter from this number one right over here, this one. If you enter all over here, you're missing a lot of fucking profit here, right? From the failure swing. So you put your entry somewhere around here where it logically makes sense. Let's just say this fair value gap. You go to, let's go say you have a failure swing, you have this fair value gap. Right when it closes the fair value gap, like it doesn't have to be close. Right when it crosses it, or because usually when there's SMT, there's gonna be a fair value gap because SMT goes lower. There's gaps. So if the gap can get one of the gap can get inversed right above it into the long, and you put your stop loss right over there, and that's it. So yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, share. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share. It's a beautiful loss today, but as I should, this right here should have been our actual trade for the day, which would have yielded our 5RR. I may change my whole entry based on turtle soup because I have too many types of turtle soup now. I have too many types of entry here now. I have a fucking threshold, rejection block, and rejection blocks are turtle soups. Fucking swing, failure swings, and the model one itself. I want to stick to one, or I can master one. Because if you go back in the chart here, this is as you guys notice, there are multiple ways of telling of a turtle soup model. If you go back here, I'm pretty sure this candle, if I'm right, not that one. Let me see the right one. I gotta use my senses here. Right over here, false breakout structure. In this case, on this day, you could kind of use the 4-hour or the hourly, but every time in the false breaker / market structure shift, you would always because this is a patternized false market structure shift, right? So you would always need a CRT because this is not during a session. This is not present of CRT. This is outside the session, so you would always need a CRT to be present. But overall, on this day, there was daily CRT in play, so you're looking for hourly time frame. Because if there's a weekly CRT in play, you're not looking at the weekly because as you guys know, we're short-term traders, so we're always looking at the hourly, right? And then there's a daily time frame in play, so we're gonna from daily to hourly because they make sense, right? From daily to scale down to the hourly time frame, it definitely makes sense like that, right? So you can see right over here. Market goes lower. This is the breakup structure that we're looking for. It's a patternized breakup structure. Goes lower. Now once it breaks this out, it's outside the kill zone. So you're looking for a CRT to be formed. But it's not during a kill zone, by the way. So you get a first CRT to get formed here. We're going to CRT log to get purged. Now you go to 5-minute time frame. Boom. Now you're looking for the model one or the failure swing or whatever you're looking to enter here on, right? So we got a legit low here, purge it out. And I'm pretty sure this should have definitely been a failure swing here was low. This is this candle, okay. Fuck is that candle? Okay, they pressed it out. This one never pressed out as low. This candle did though right over here. Let me see if I go back up higher. Okay, this one needed this one press that shit out. But if you go, there would have been no turtle soup entry here. I mean, your turtle soup entry on this, you would have had to enter. Yeah, you would have definitely had a turtle soup entry here. I keep on fucking forgetting that there's a failure swing in a fucking. I keep on forgetting that failure swings and turtle resistance blocks are a turtle soup form. Right over here, turtle soup. Tap that shit in, and you're long that shit up from here on forward, right? Because for the resistance block turtle soup, you would need to have the order block to be there, but you need to have the confirmation here first. So you can see right over here, boom, with the confirmation, you can long this shit up. Failure swing, you're going for a 5RR only. You have a predetermined stop loss. And your take profit is 5RR only right here. And another reason why I'm looking to just trade turtle soups here, whether resistance block or fucking or a failure swing, is 2 reasons. Reason number 1, I have a low win rate, so I need to go for a 5RR. And you guys know for a model 1, usually up to 3RR for a auto block, for a threshold 1 to 4RR, and a turtle soup a 5RR. Minimum of the turtle soup is 5RR. They say that shit, but to me, the minimum was 3RR, but I'm gonna go for a 3RR for a fucking turtle soup entry. I go for a 5RR fixed. So that's what I'm looking for because I have a fucking 30% win rate, and I need to 30% is. But I'm wondering, whoa, I don't have a 30% win rate. I have a 45% win rate, but that's low. So I want to get my RR up higher. So I want to get a turtle soup, and I'm focusing because like you guys see this right over here. I have like 4 ways of entering, so I don't miss a setup. But those 4 ways I'm missing the setup. Cause like I have 4 ways of entering, right? If I put my attention to all 4, none of them will actually go up. So I need to focus on one, which is the Total Soup or the Modern One itself, and that will go up. The Modern One itself is already mastered, but all I need to focus on the Failure Swing and the Total Soup. I will actually no longer trade number ones. I'll just trade Failure Swings and Total Soups because they literally work. You can see right over here. I can show you guys multiple examples. And they must follow all my rules, by the way. If they don't follow my rule, I ain't taking none of that shit. You must be correct time. Failure swing long, boom, long that shit up right over here. Another one, long that up, right? Trip out the low. We had a failure swing right over here, long it up. But this one, I didn't have the right time, so I could have not taken that trade. And right over here, go back in the chart, failure swing. This was the rejection block short, rejection block total soup short, another rejection block total soup short, 5R, 5RR each. As well as, because if I focus on one, I could master it. Because I'm focusing on four, if I focus on, because you know, you guys gotta know, your attention gotta go to specific price. If you wanna in life, I had to learn this the hard way where I had to put my attention. I put my attention in too many places where none of them actually grew. So I have to put my attention in one spot. So then trading, my attention right now is Total Soup. Because like I have 4 ways of entering, so if I have 4 ways of entering, it's gonna be hard for me to actually focus on all of them. Because I probably in the trading day I'll probably forget. Because if I'm looking for like one concept, I'm looking for that specific concept during that day, right? So yeah, this is what I'm doing from now on forward. I'm gonna go for a fixed 5RR with a Total Soup entry. This will make us miss on our setups, but this will make us focus on one specific thing, and this is very good setup. This is a high probability setups as well. So yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share, join the description down below, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out. I will, from now on forward, put my primary focus on Total Soups, as well as either my Total Soup entry is going to be only 2 ways, by the way. A rejection block Total Soup entry with the Modern One confirmation, or a failure swing Total Soup entry with following every other rule. So thank you for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share, and join the Discord description down below. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Why am I doing this? Because I have a low win rate. So I'll see you guys later. Peace out.